Yes, in the back. I'll get to you.
Jeffrey Dees, retired chief benefit of the United States.
Thanks for your service.
Sir, I've served this nation for 20 years. And at that time, was willing to give my life for this country. Damn near did it twice. What gives the current administration, and in particular, the Homeland Security, the right to infer that I or anyone else who's fought for this country to be considered, I suppose the correct way of saying it is an overseas security operation? I'm deeply indignant about that, and I would like the persons responsible to be removed from their position and a public apology given. I'd like to know what you can do and what your fellow congressional folks back in D.C. are willing to do. But there's a lot of unhappy folks about this, and I'm not letting it rest here. Besides confronting you, I'll be knocking on Senator Lyon and Senator Lugar's door also.
Good. And I don't know if you have a quote in front of you. You brought some materials, but
I was so mad that I wrote stuff down.
Good.
Because
Okay.
I wasn't sure I could get everything.
well, let me say, number one, I interrupted you in the beginning to thank you for your service to the country, but I'll let these people have a chance to thank you for your service to the country. The gentleman is referring to a report that has emerged from the Department of Homeland Security evaluating domestic threats. Leaving aside the fact that this very disturbing language about referring to right-wing extremism as a potential source of danger to the American people. I'm always left to ask, why do we never hear about left-wing extremism? You should see some of my email. But leave that aside. The more offensive part was that, and I don't have the language in front of me, but my Chief of Staff, Bill Smith, who's here, has briefed me in part on it. The more offensive part was the suggestion that returning servicemen and women from Afghanistan and Iraq might themselves represent a security threat to this country. Well, I went to Iraq 6 times. I've been to Afghanistan twice. I've been on aircraft carriers. I've been at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. I've been at Norfolk. I've looked in the eyes of the most impressive generation of Americans I could ever imagine. And I am deeply offended at the suggestion that anyone who wore the uniform of the United States in these past 7 years would ever represent a threat to this country as a category of people. So know that as we return to Capitol Hill, I know that one of my colleagues, John Boehner of Ohio, has already issued a very stern public statement. We're going to be looking for ways in a bipartisan effort that we can demand, at minimum, a retraction and public apology for the inference in that report. And if we don't get that, then we certainly will be advocating the kind of personnel changes that you're calling for. So thank you for your service. Thank you for calling that to our attention, and know that I'm probably, by virtue of your many years in uniform, I'm not as offended as you are, but as the son of a soldier and the brother of a soldier, both who saw combat, yeah, I'm pretty close. So just know we'll be running to the sound of the guns on that when Congress reconvenes next Tuesday. So thank you.